Hello everybody, welcome to another stream. How are we doing? How's it going? So, last stream, I'm gonna put the phone on charge. If not, you'll be out of power in the morning. There we go. Cool. Yeah, so last stream we added, we worked more on like comment box behavior, and because we had a comment box a couple of streams ago, we added this field here which allows us to change the view mode. So you should probably label it here actually. So it changes the little view modes, there's depth, there's view unit, there's color, stuff like that. A bit blinding, but there we go. But this stream we're going to finish up on the texture viewer features. Alright, so let me drop a marker on that one. Hello everyone, welcome to another devlog. So this time around we're going to be doing making it so too many stumbles, so another one. Hello everyone, welcome to another devlog. So in today's stream we're going to be making that MIP level selection work and the array layer selection work with 3D textures. So we're going to be testing out that 3D texture that we have in the game already. And then we're going to be being able to select a point in time to view the texture. So the texture can be written to multiple times in a frame, so we can view it at a particular point and copy it out and view it there. We want a controllable min and max value for the depth, but also when you're doing a texture that is a which is just like a color, you kind of want to control the black and white min and max range as well. So kind of the same thing. And then we want to be able to view single color channels, like just view the R, just view the G, B, or A. So yeah, that's what we're working on today. Right, so which one is the easiest one? Or which one it should be started on first? So I guess first I want to put that label in, right? So we combo box here. So we didn't do a label, so let's just get that in there. View mode. Or maybe it's too much, kind of view mode. Maybe not. I just need to solve a text rendering altogether at some point. But hey, that will do. I think it needs more range. So I think it needs to be 128 maybe? Yeah, we ain't got enough there still. It's quite big though. And why is view mode disabled? We can't have that disabled scope in there, can we? That's just wrong. But yeah, maybe we need like one, I don't know. We need 2 more characters. The 140 might be fine. That's good enough. Cool. Well, not really, because now this box is Diddy. But I'll just call it mode. That solves the problem, doesn't it? So, okay, so now we've got the view mode label in there. I guess call it mode now. Depth mode, RGB. Cool. So, what is next on the agenda? Opening my Coke Zero is next on the agenda. Ooh. Um, hmm. Maybe selecting MIP levels. I guess we'll just start with that one. So, whoops. What does it take to get started on the MIP levels one? So, we definitely pass it into the shader. I remember that, that's for sure, right? There's a dispatch copy. Yes, definitely pass it into here. So what about the shader? What does the shader say? GPU shader H. It's in here just because all my other shaders are in the GFX shaders one, but we only have one shader that's inside the GPU layer itself, and it's to do with the texture viewing thing. So here we're copying the texture at a certain point in time, and there's not a MIP level. Bum, 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 bum. Shoot. You can load with a MIP level, but you got to use a sample image. Use the storage images. Maybe we switch to using sampled image. But then, okay, let's take a look. But yes, I think. Yeah, we don't really use sample image much. Yeah, maybe I gotta change it around the other way, damn it. Okay, I guess we can work on that then. Right, let's go over that. Okay, so I found the crux of the issue with the MIP level, or reason why it's not copying over the certain MIP. It's because when we do the actual copy of the texture, we use load texture, which loads from a storage texture. And you can't load from a specific MIP on a storage texture. So you have to use a sample texture for that. So in HCC, I've got read-only, read-write, write-only texture. That's a storage texture. This is a sample texture. So these map one-to-one to the Vulkan storage texture and sample textures. So we have different formats for those. So you can say like, yeah, so you can have a different underlying format for each of these. So, which is fine. So it just means we have to go around the code base now and make it so that every texture has a sample format, so it can be viewed in the texture viewer. Um, okay. Right, so in the previous stream, I think I changed this so we always have to have a storage format. That's changed. Now we always want to have a sample format. And then now every time we call texture in it, we have to always pass in a sample format. So all these places where I initialize some textures, I'm going to go ahead and make it so they always have a second format one, which would be the sample format. Cool. So where is the yes, let's look for format now, isn't it? Format. Right. So I made it so they always had to have a I wonder, is this thing ever sampled from? Maybe it is. It doesn't really matter. Right, occupation. It's one of those. That's all right. Next one. Depth texture. Right. There you go. Sample format. Float. What are all these? So it's got sample format of RGBA. Right. That's cool. Yep. Right. I think we're there now. We ain't got many textures. Although. I think that's all right. What is there any built-in ones? Built-in textures like the surface, right? Quickly find. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, so the surface format. Gotta make sure that one is also a RGBA. It's BGRA though. I'm gonna change that. That's right, BGRA new norm. Which means in the Vulkan code, you gotta go ahead and add the conversion for that. Oh, there's a whole bunch of tables as well. Right, so here's the lookup table. So BGRA unorm to B8, G8, R8, A8, unorm. Voila. Okay, so in the lookup tables in the GPU, also got to add those as well. So B, B, sample format, storage format, same thing. Okay, so now with those sorted out, we've also got to go around and find there's a switch statement where they've been used in here. View mode default from texture. So it looks at the texture format. So now we'll look from the sample format instead. Okay. Right, so we had this function which returns the default view mode from the texture. So you used to use the storage format here. So we're going to make that use the sample format. And now we've got to use all of the formats, which are sample formats. So there's these two, RGB and RGBA and BGRA, and also these two down here. So we've got to select the default viewing modes. So we're just going to do that now. That's correct. So that other format that we had, uint RGB, I think these ones go. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense anymore. Yeah, this is the right way to do it. Yeah, it's a much better way of doing it. Felt too hacky and it makes sense. Well, it wasn't. Yeah, it's a bit non-standard. Okay, so I'm glad that's fixed up now. So we should be able to go into here now. Right, does it compile? No. Right, let's fix that up. Nearly there. Alright, here we go. So, let me think about this. So I'm going to replace these with sample texture. Ooh. Then we want to clamp sampler passed in. So a clamp nearest sampler because we want to grab a pixel, right? Isn't that just the same as a fetch though? Yeah, I just want to do a fetch. Yeah. So I do a fetch, but then that loads of... What's that loading? Yeah. Okay, so we need to change this to one of these colors. Flow 4 colors. These will have to get changed. Okay, let's put a marker in there. Okay, so now that we made that change with the storage texture and sample texture thing, we shouldn't be using storage textures anymore. What we need to be doing is using sample textures. So we're going to swap out for sample texture. We're going to use a vector 4. That's what we're sampling. And then we are going to use the fetch texture. And this will allow us to pass in a third one, which would be the MIP level, right? And then the return type is going to be a float 32 times 4. So we're just going to repeat that for all these things here and then make the adjustments to the code below. I'll go over that in just a second. So just want to replace this here. Place that there. Then plop some of these. Cool. Didn't do the fetch, did I? Are we gonna get a compiler of that? Oh, sorry, I didn't do array. Right, these are the wrong ones. Awesome. Right, so that now returns this pixel as a vector 4, if you will. So what we want to do now, we want to pick, I guess we can do a sum elements, sum all the elements of pixel. So 2 times 4. And then if that's not equal to 0, then that's correct. Then for this one, we want to say pixel.r, pixel.gb. Okay. Hmm. So say if R, G, or B are not equal. Yeah. I think that's okay. Then if your view mode is RGB, you do nothing. This view mode RGB and that is all kind of pointless now. Is it? Really? Yeah, that's swizzling, isn't it? Yes, this does nothing. This... Oh no, baby boy, what's he saying? So BGRA, we just want to do the swizzle. For depth, it should just be in color dot. Color dot R. Hmm. Let me just check on the boy. Be right back. Alright, welcome back everyone. Yeah, he just woke up randomly. But hopefully you go back to sleep now. There's nothing wrong. Right, so color R, that'll be your depth. Yeah, then we repack our color and store it back out. Yeah, I guess that's it, innit? There's nothing's changed. Right, guess we'll just... Alright, so we made those adjustments now. Actually, no, have we? Does it compile? Yes. Right, let's do it again. Alright, so just made those adjustments now. So we've got these are all fetch texture now with the MIP level. And so we get back a float 32 times 4 of pixel. So we've got an RGBA there. And then we convert that pixel into a color. I forgot to do this one here, color equal pixel. So yeah, there's all just been adjusted to just be using a vector 4 instead of a 32. And then we just pack that color back out and store it into the texture that we use in the UI to preview the texture. So we're still going to make some changes CPU side, I think, to make sure that the width and height is adjusted appropriately. So we'll just do that now. So sync that and give it a run just in case. Yeah. Right, so if we change the MIP, I didn't see anything. No, we broke it. What did we break? What is going on? I did not compile it, did I? No, it ain't it. Ain't it? Okay, how did it break now? So every texture has a... Yeah, these view modes. Why isn't it displaying anything? It's definitely going into these, right? It's all being passed into there. Yeah, I don't understand what's going on here. Why is it? We don't have to do anything special there, do we? I guess we can check render doc. It might not have a descriptor or something like that. Should do. So let's put up the game in render doc. We get to say this depth texture here, capture, close. So I want to know what... There's a copy that goes on right at the end of this. Probably that shader. Yeah, copy, here we go. So, compute shader. Right, so we read the depth texture. Yeah, it's definitely an R32 float, but it should be initialized as a... Yeah. So we're definitely accessing the descriptor. Pretty sensible. MIP 0, number of MIPs, yep. Nothing wrong there. Oh, it's doing it. Is it? I think it's run out, okay. So it clears the image, clears the color image, and then we write to it. So it's writing to it, apparently. So we can test out something, right? Why don't we just comment that out and then hard code U32 max, right? So we get a blinding white image on our face. Right, blinding white image works. So let's try that again. Zoom out, blinding white image, right? Cool. So do it again. Not a blinding white image. Oh, color data. Just a pixel. I wonder why these didn't work. Whoops. I guess. Okay. Alright, back to working again. That's good. Right, so for those who were watching closely, there's actually a bit of a typo here. Yeah, these should have said pixel instead of color. I was just copying the same value to itself there, so that wasn't good, so it was just coming up as black. So now there's an actual pixel value here. Okay, so I wanted to actually go back and change the... So we look at the MIP level one, right? Yeah, this one has MIPs, right? It's the occlusion texture. Yeah, here we go. So it's changing... Right, so here's what I meant by we need to change the size CPU side because the UV is not being updated properly now when we change the MIP level. So at least we're changing the MIP level, we just got to update the UV that we used to display in the UI. So, hey there Green Blade, how's it going? How you been? How's it going? Hope you're having a good day. Awesome. Awesome stuff. What have you been up to? Been working? So where do we do that again? We upload the MIP, UV, whatever in it. UI draw. Here we go, this is it. This is the code. Okay. UV half dims. Yeah, so I think we should just be able to shift these right. If memory serves. By the MIP. Then you max it with 1 or something? Max 1. Right, so really we actually need to... We want to get some sort of dims. texture dims. This week off, so I've been working on a Game Boy emulator. Excellent. Nice stuff. That's really cool. I wish I would have done that project when I was before I decided to keep doing big projects. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, suggest it for other people. That's a good idea. What do you what have you got done? That'd be interesting to hear. And I guess what are you currently working on after that one? Yeah, bit the project because I only got a week. Oh, okay. Yeah, I wonder how far you can get a week. Because you can do like all the CPU instructions properly, right? I don't know what else there is. There's obviously the drawing, the graphics, unit thingy, whatever that's called, right? Alright, so I think that's the changes we need to make. So, oh, I decided the wrong damn one. This is the depth texture, but with occlusion. Right, we're a bit off. Is rounding somehow doing a sort of like um UV dims. You need to make sure that they're kind of offset by 0.5 and all that, isn't it? Probably. Right? So, yeah, because if not, we'll go over, I think. So, wait a minute. If we pass in 0, shouldn't the UI renderer be doing that? Yeah, the UI renderer should be offset by half a pixel. Should be. So where's the UI renderer? Is it called image? No, it's just called texture then. Right, draw type color texture. So this is where we're texturing it. Oh yeah, I was in the office. Oh no, we're not. Local space, UV, add. Yeah, but I think we got nearest sampler in that, right? Yeah, so I guess nearest would be fine. And if I offset it by 0.5, it's not going to make it better, is it? But still, we should probably... Yeah, maybe this needs to be offset by half a pixel. I wonder where the issue is. In this code here, changing... Going down by a certain MIP, or is it the code that's trying to render? I guess we can find out the answer in RenderDoc, because we should be able to know. We'll know how big the texture is and how much that's being copied over, and then we'll know if we're simply displaying two. Yeah, so we rerun this in RenderDoc. Why did I take a thing there? I need to open it up in here. Let's go down one MIP level or whatever. So this like 1 or 2 pixel border, whatever it is. Take a capture there. We'll go into here. I want to files working on CPU instructions. spend most of the time reading docs. I can imagine. It's cool. That sounds super exciting. And then you get to implement the custom, like, the custom hardware which draws stuff to the screen and that. Um, right, so here's our one that writes it out. Yeah, okay, just ignore the fact that it's red. The values are there properly, but they're just floating points, you can't see it properly. So basically what we want to know is like how big okay, so based on what we clicked, it is 1599. Yeah, so 1600, 900, right? Basically. So if we look at the image it came from, which is like occlusion image occlusion. Wait a minute. Why did he copy the whole thing? Yes, copying the whole thing out of bounds as well. Yeah, that's the full resolution of the... this is not helping us. We also need to change the dims where where it copies the shader out. Underneath. We'll need to do that. Where it dispatches the copy, the dims will also need to be adjusted here. So that's probably doing an out of bounds. Luckily it didn't crash GPU there. Right, so you max it with 1 and you move it down by the MIPS. So that there hopefully. Wait, where is the dim? Oh yeah, BC Dims uses that. Good. Right, so let's try that out. Hey Roboboto. How's the new monitor? It's amazing. Currently I'm not taking advantage of it while streaming. I'm still doing it in 1080p. But I really like the amount of I got a 32-inch monitor. So I like I like the size. I'm not having to sort of lean forward. I'm coming from a 22-inch monitor, which is quite small. Like an arm's lengths away. But when I use it for work, everything just looks amazing. It also has HDR on Windows, so things just look really great. And yeah, so it's awesome. Can you see the colors? Yeah, I can see the horrible colors. I was tempted to change it last stream because I noticed how horrible they were. Yeah, so for those who don't know, the previous monitor I can change the color. The color, it wasn't color corrected, so the colors were just off, and I couldn't change anything because the touch buttons buggered up. So now I've got a new monitor. The colors come through a lot. Yeah, the world is a lot more oversaturated now. When I'm looking at it, just things seem very oversaturated. But maybe I might change to like a dark theme in the game, because then I don't have to deal with doing colors. Maybe I'll copy my Vim theme. Because yeah, I don't know. So if we view the occlusion texture, oh, it worked. Sweet, it fixed the problem. Didn't go over. Right, so let's talk about that, and we can move on to the next feature. What do we even do? All right, so we just added this sort of texture dims, which takes the texture dims and shifts it to the right by the MIP, and then maxes it with 1. And so this will give us the size of the dimensions of the texture at a certain MIP level, and then we can feed it into this expression which we made. These expressions that we made before, which calculate the UV dimensions for the UI drawing API to render a sub portion of the pre-allocated texture viewer copy texture, which is like 4K. So we're just viewing a sub portion of that 4K texture here, basically. And then we had to change it in the when we dispatch the copy shader, which copies the texture at a certain point in time into that copy texture. We also have to do the same thing here, where the dimensions that we give it are ones which are downscaled to the appropriate MIP level that we are viewing. And then when we do that now, pick this up, view the occlusion texture, and what you'll see, so we change the MIP levels, it will shrink down like that. So that's quite nice. One thing is though, maybe we could change it so it doesn't go small, right? It keeps the same size, the same zoom, if you will. That'd be pretty nice, wouldn't it? So why don't we try that, and then we'll come back at that. Do that. So where are we going to do that? So when you change the MIP level, that's a combo box. So you'll know if it's changed. And you basically just like up the zoom by change the zoom, I guess. And also red. Yeah, not too bad, man, not too bad. Bit tired. Been working hard, and baby, and just wanted to experience to kind of do all of the things, I guess. So yeah, got a bit tired right now, but maybe that'll get better in the future. But yeah, things are going good other than that. How are you doing? I haven't got a new camera. I've got lights now, studio lights. So my green screen works proper now. I put my green screen up on the wall, so I've got a bit more room in the room. So I guess before what you might have been seeing is a very sort of low light. So the webcam was probably suffering in low light conditions as well. So maybe this is why it lets the quality look better also. Yeah, it's good. Awesome. Did I miss? You haven't got the emulator working on it, messing around with making some changes to ROMs and creating some ROM hacks, some of that. Cool, sweet. That'd be amazing. Get to use your own tooling. Hey, Buffer Overflow, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. Maybe add a theme file to the UI lib in a future stream. I don't know if I need it as a file. But yeah, I could definitely mix some global variables with themes. Right, this is the theme. Yeah, it could just be a global variable somewhere. And I can just set these up. Yeah, I could probably do. Yeah. Problem is, there's a bunch of different. Yeah, you need a bunch of different styles for different widgets. But yeah, maybe this needs to be a dark. Yeah, maybe just like a grayscale theme is maybe alright. For now, I can add color to it later. I see the blue eyes. Yeah, I got like blue. I got blue eyes with like a bit of green in the middle. So basically, I could draw my own eyes. My eyes are like, they have like, so they're kind of like bluish. or blue. They're basically blue. So, why did I change color? And then I just cut the corner real bad then. Sorry, I correct it. So they're blue, but they got green here. That's my eyes. And I looked it up, and it's apparently due to some, yeah, it's very strange. So there's like this sort of like, I get a bit of a different shade, where it's sort of like, I don't know. There's kind of like a bit of a border between the blue and green. Yeah. Yes, 6 for 6 or 6 for 5. Yeah. But yeah, I forgot what the condition's called, but yeah, it's weird. It's weird. I think some people have it where they have one side of their eye two different colors in that, but mine's like in the middle. Interesting. I thought it was normal. I thought it was normal. Yeah, I got two different colors in my eyes actually. It's weird. I'm not sure if I need that open today. Right, so I'm gonna change the zoom level. But yeah, how's the job going? Not sorry, how you doing? How's projects going as well? Um, zoom level. So in the combo box, if you change old MIP, if new MIP is not equal to old MIP, we've changed MIP levels. So what we want to do with that one is there is a lovely scale and offset. So basically, we could make this a function, but I don't wanna. So yeah, functions are okay. They're just effort. If I do it one more time, I'll make a function, but not now. It's only 2 times. So what you want to do is up the scale. You just want to times it by 2. Not even times it by 2. You're going to times it by 2 for every. Gives you the MIP diff. And it can be signed. So the MIP diff, you go towards the new MIP from the old MIP. Then, so there's a signed number, and for every time you change the MIP, you're going to times it by 2, so it's like a to the power, isn't it? So 2 to the power, so I think so if I did a 1 shift left, how would that affect? It could be negative though. Let's just give it a go. I don't think. So MIP diff. So it might just be, yeah, be 1, 2, 4, and so on, right? Then I guess it gets clamped by some number. Should I really allow clamping? Maybe we just have like some massive. Amount. Let's just try that. Right, let's just give that a go. change the MIP level. Ah, look at it go. What happens if it go down though? No, I completely messed that up. So yeah, it's because it's signed. And sign, you can't do it with sign number. Ugh. So what you want to do is ABS that, and then copy sign. And then voila. So it changes MIP level, keeps it in place. It blinks a bit though. But hey. Oh, that one didn't go too well. Oh, that didn't work. Oh, it did it times, didn't it? Times negative. Right, not times negative. Okay, so you want to do a divide. Right, so if MIP diff positive, else negative, meaning we just divide equals. Right, should be better. Not the depth texture. Right, let's go to 2, let's go to 1. Excellent, that's fine. So there we go. We've got MIP levels now. That's cool. Hey Travis, how's it going? Yeah, it's awesome. The whole reason why I'm doing this, I'm kind of like over-engineering the screenshot tool. So I thought I need to view 2 screenshots, and I also need a way to sort of view the data in different ways, and things like this. So I thought, you know what, let's just make a texture viewer, and then I want to build the screenshot element into it. So I'll be able to take a couple of screenshots, we can zoom in, right? I don't have to do a screenshot, copy it into some other program. It can just happen right in the game. I could just press a few buttons and just be able to compare 2 images, view my custom view modes, and yeah, there'll be more options that we're working on today actually. But yeah, it'd be a lot easier than using the other tooling basically. Exactly, yeah. So I'm doing a lot of graphics stuff where I need to look at like pixels. So yeah, it'll be a lot less like stressful basically than using the operating system tooling. Doing good still on the remote schedule. Awesome. Yeah, man, I love the work from home. It's good. I'm glad you got that too. Can you broadly explain the goal for the engine? Like, what should it show ideally? Like, voxel engines show voxels on grids. Are your spheres on a grid? If so, what are the differences from voxel engines other than spheres instead of cubes? Will you 3D position spheres for, say, water? How do you plan to texture color spheres? How do you plan to model, etc.? Cool. But the model. Okay. Yeah, so basically the idea is, let's get out of here. Get out of here. So the idea is these, the idea is there'll be a way to model a volume. So these are each a volume, and you'll be able to instance volumes. You'll be able to model them in the engine, if you will. I don't know if I'll ship the modeler with the game. I don't know, because I don't think it's that type of game where you create your own stuff. But maybe it's there for modding capabilities in the future. But the basic idea is they're aligned to a grid when you model, but you'll be able to probably offset them in the modeler as well, right? And when you, what I want to be able to do is make them properly. Say if you move a character, maybe they can jiggle around a bit, right? Maybe, um, so they're not going to be aligned to a grid per se, and they're going to be able to be skinned as well. So with voxels, they're aligned to a grid. I want to be able to skin these spheres and make it so you can have some animating volumes through, like meshes get skinned, right? But instead with spheres. But yeah, what else is the? But yeah, I don't know what it. But yeah, we're going to be leveraging the fact that these are volumes that could be instants, so they were to share data. And I guess if we have animating volumes, we probably want to make those unique, so they could be moved around in their local space and animated, perhaps. Yes, there's a lot of things to work on still. This is the current renderer where we've been the spheres to screen tiles and rendered them front to back. I'm not sure about this solution because I don't think it's going to help me with lighting, and it already takes enough time to do this to get these to render. But yeah, I could maybe optimize it further and maybe do other lighting techniques, but I want to try and build a BVH again. But before we do any of that, then the first goal is to probably do PBR and make an individual sphere look really nice. Because I think I have an idea where I want to go with. I think I can scale it basically. So I want to just settle on making the sphere look really nice, and then like adding some of the some of the like material shading stuff, and maybe do image based lighting, and then probably go from there by doing a BVH and just seeing, yeah, and trying to get that to be the preferred way we render. But yeah. This would be awesome for layered textures, essentially. And always ultras, plenty of them. Layered textures. Oh, what do you mean by layered textures? Do you mean? Oh, Yeah, what do you mean by layered textures? You mean like array layers and stuff? We have multiple layers there and being able to change, but yeah, I guess so. Changing between the layers and seeing them, yeah, quite cool. Right, I want to document that. Yeah. Okay, so in the UI where we have this combo box for the MIP level, we just keep track of the old MIP level and we just say, hey, if the MIP level has changed, we get the difference between the two MIP levels that have been selected, well, that was selected and is selected now. And we basically adjust the scaling code as we did with the mouse control effectively. So we zoom in by the power of 2 or zoom out by the power of 2 if you change the MIP level. So we boot that up and we go to the occlusion texture. Now if we change the MIP level, it just keeps it in place because it scales it even when you go back and forth. So that's really nice change there. Cool. Yeah, like array textures. Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, yeah. If you have like, yeah, if you use like array layers and stuff. Yeah, I've got a 3D texture as well though I want to view. And if you have a custom 3D texture, then I guess it's also very handy. Right, so we did that now, innit? So selecting MIP levels is done. The next one is support maybe, or should we view it at a certain point in time? Yeah, this is another benefit of this solution. We can view at a certain point in time, and he writes, we want to do a min-max value as well. RGBAs. Right, what's going to be more handy? Um, um, yeah, the problem is we haven't done like a uint texture as well. Maybe we can do... Yeah, that uint one's going to take a while. Yeah, actually. Yeah, it's a uint texture, so we've got to pass up a Boolean save it if it is a uint, I think. We can handle that better. But yeah, I wonder what to do next. It'd be handy to view it through points in time so we can view the surface properly. So I guess we can work on this one next. Okay, so we need to add... We need to know... We need to get a list of all of the places in which the texture that we've selected... Where's music gone? Where the texture we got, the current one we got selected, whether that's right. I need a function now because it's gonna be done a few times. No, I don't need a function really. So I need a new function now, which is like texture viewer. So after every shader that's called, you want to call a function to maybe to try and copy it, I guess. But you also need to find all of the times it was written to as well. Texture viewer, analyze. Analyze. How to spell analyze? I don't even know. Why am I signed in? There we go. Analyze command. So I think you pass in. I don't pass in anything. So analyze command. I think this the job of this one is to. So we could do a dispatch. So up here is where we would do the sync resource. Yeah, and we'll do the resource barriers if we need any, like a pipeline barrier. Do the actual dispatch. Then go over all of these guys and move the sync state along so the after state becomes the before state. So I think, oh yeah, then we clear all of the resources to sync. So maybe we need to put this all into a function where it's just saying like, because we do it for draw and direct as well, and I think we're doing a few other places. Is there a copy or something? Yeah, texture clear, we do it here. So I think we need a function here for this. Where's the internals? Yeah, so maybe it's not analyze anymore. Read back command buffer, GP. What's the header called in here? Commands. Or I guess we'll make another one of these then. This after the read back stuff. Right, so this one is GPU command. So it should be called GPU command. I guess finalize. Yeah, maybe that's alright. Although when it's prefixed, when it's got command there, it's like you're recording it into the command buffer. That's kind of the way I've decided to design the... No, not really. Command sync resource. Yeah, maybe it's alright. Command finalize. Wait, what's in Z? How have I, what order have I done my things in? Yeah, I think I've done the internal stuff at the top. So this is going to take the... where we clear these guys. Even command buffer 0 does it as well. GPU command finalize. Sweet. So we're just going to be reusing all of that, and then we can while we're going over here, we can see if a resource, we can see if the current texture view resource is being used, written to, and then we can note that down. Pretty nice. So buffer memset texture clear. How do you find the new monitor, by the way? Yeah, it's really nice. I like the size of the monitor. Even when I'm viewing it at 1080p right now, because I'm trying to keep the backwards compatibility of the stream. I'm trying to keep the stream the same, so I need to keep the resolution the same and the amount I zoom in on my code. Even at 1080p, it's not so bad, but at 4K, it looks really nice. And on my work PC, it's got HDR as well on Windows, so you really see a difference when you turn on HDR. So yeah, the colors are nice, and the size as well, and the resolution. I'm yet to try 4K on Linux again. But yeah. Shouldn't be so bad because I only use a handful of applications, right? Terminal, web browser, and Milton, basically. But yeah, the last time I got a monitor, I got it from Samsung. And that one, I usually think Samsung stuff is really good. But for some reason, this one, if your computer went to sleep, or not even went to sleep, if your computer decided to just turn off the monitor to save power, it would never turn back on again if you touch the keyboard or move the mouse. So I had to send that one back, and it's bloody annoying. Made me not want to get a monitor for a while. But yeah, so I've got a Dell one now, and yeah, I really like it. What's really annoying about buying monitors though is there's so many different configurations. You got like HDR, you got you got like all these different display technologies. You've got like FreeSync and all of this. You got different outputs, and some come with like a KVM switch built in, some don't, and some come with like USBs, and there's all these different things. And the names of the monitors as well are like basically some big serial number. I think this one's the Dell G3229G. Like, What does that mean? Obviously, I guess this means 32 inch. But, and then it's like a 144 hertz monitor, which is nice as well. It's like liquid smooth, but yeah, just searching for monitors is like, it's just really, yeah, it's really stressful basically. And figuring out like, how can I not get completely screwed over again? Because if you go and spend a lot of money on a monitor, like an OLED, like that thing might be good for like 3 years, and then you gotta like buy a new one, and you just spent the most money on one because you know you get bleeding or whatever, and just because all the pixels being lit up or whatever, and yeah, so I just went for something in the middle, not too cheap, not too expensive. It was still expensive. It was like 600 quid, but yeah, it wasn't £1,100. It was half that. But yeah, it's a big improvement over my 22-inch 1080p monitor, that's for sure. Super happy with the result. So here we need to say, we need to get the tab, the current tab. So maybe we'll add a function. Going back and forth on this. So we get the current tab. It needs to be bounds checked. Because bounds checking, yeah. Yeah, it's just a plain old array. So now got that, we can I guess I'd call it selected tab. A bit of a better name. So let's go ahead and quickly just replace all those. And there we go. So now in that finalize function that's called after every command, we can get the current tab, and then we can go, oh, if this resource that we was just looking at is res dot raw equal tab res.id dot raw, right? And sync state after access mode is a GPU access mode write bit. Right bit has a write. So it's basically just a read write and has some extra bells and whistles in there as well. This is all we need to do synchronization code because we're just using compute, so I don't need all of the extra bells and whistles. So it's heavily simplified, which is nice. So we say it's been written to. We want to jot down. We want to jot down the. There's a few things right we want to do. So where is it being drawn? That's the question. Where is it being drawn? Yeah. Cool. So the UI is being drawn in here. And I think it's before frame start. Yeah, it's before frame start, I think. I didn't jot down that. Yeah, it's before frame start. So this means we will use the last frame's information. So frame start. So in the internals, we want to keep an array of how many of all the names, just the names, all the names of the shaders. Is that all we need to do? So you just have a names of the shaders for where it's been written to, and I guess you can click on it and is that all you want to know? Because they could change. Yeah, they could change every frame. Hmm. But if they change every frame, it might be a bit annoying. But they shouldn't change too much actually. So I guess we'll solve that problem as and when it comes. So we just need a bunch of names. So I guess we'll just do a bunch of core strings. Yeah, core strings are probably fine. This should exist. Core h stack. Right, define that custom type. So this is all of the places in which the wait, have we already got a texture viewer in here? Yeah, texture viewer. Sweet. So these are all the places where shader names. Yeah, shader names probably fine. So when we initialize the GPU system, we need to instantiate that to something sensible. And I guess we'll just allocate enough for, let's just say it can be used on 256 shaders or whatever. We can always change it. It'd be very long though, but kind of cheap memory, so that's fine. So every time you start a frame, what you want to do is clear that. So you clear all the elements out of that shader names. Now every time in the finalize that we come across this, we want to get the name of the shader and throw it in there. So we're going to push so how do we get the current name of the shader or whatever? We've got to have it passed in. What is the name of this command? And we'll just do a core string. So you might have a selected tab. Well, there's always a selected tab. Yeah, I guess it'll always just run. It doesn't matter. It's debug code. It's fine. So make one from a C string. So I guess it's not shader names anymore. It's probably command names. Used in command or written by command names. All right. So written by command names. So we're just going to push that on the back and then we should have all the names. We can just go over and display those. So I guess we'll start there. We want OLED monitor so bad, but I can't justify spending that much on a single monitor. Yeah, they do look good though. Like the blacks are just so, yeah. Let's use my laptop. I don't need a monitor for a while. Yeah, I'm not really a dual monitor guy either. Yeah, lose track of the windows. Yeah, I know, right? I know, right? There's just too much to mentally keep track of when you're just trying to program. It's like I'm trying to keep track of my program, not all these windows in the operating system. Just full screen everything in Alt Tab. This is the way. Always remember, if you're trying to justify computer peripherals with productivity, programmers don't do stuff, outstanding things on their right crappy PCs. Uh, uh. Yeah, I don't know. I can see the point, right? I can see the point where, like, yeah, if you're trying to justify solving a problem by getting new hardware or whatever, sometimes it's bad, especially when it comes to like compilation speed stuff. Right. But I don't know. Screens, yeah, screens are like a bit of a personal taste, really. Yeah, if you're saying, oh, I need to buy a new PC so my code base compiles faster to increase my productivity, well, maybe your code base should just compile faster on your current hardware, right? And solve that problem. They don't have to buy new hardware to make it better sometimes, right? I see that argument. I use 4 monitors. I use 3. Yeah, I didn't know how you guys keep track. Yeah, my brain would just get fried too hard. Super useful if you have docs on one, code on the other. But I play games, so I have game on one and Discord on the other, right? Awesome. Yeah, or the wiki or whatever. But 2 for chats and when I have streams. To be fair, 1 for stream of content. Yeah, I could see the yeah, one as a like a docs page or something. I could see that. Yeah, it's probably not a bad idea. So basically, you guys have mastered how to use 2 monitors, whereas I kind of gave up. Um, yeah, so we need to pass in a name. So here we hop into the editor, change that. So buffer 0, this is just going to write buffer 0 in there. Texture, sorry, memset new 32. You could probably put some other names in there, but these have to be static strings, remember, because they're going to be used the next frame. So yeah, we can't use temporary allocators or anything like that, unless they lasted more than 2 frames, or more than a frame. Dispatch. So this dispatch is going to use the shader. So I think I've got some special names. Shader names. Strings. But let me find where this is declared. Right, here's my code generated file from the compiler. And there should be a bunch of names in here. Ah, here we go. Shader info. So I got a bunch of info. So passing the shader dot name. Awesome. Next one. Same one. Sweet. So now we should have all the names. Right, what do we want to do? I guess I can comment on that quickly. Alright, so the next job is to get all of the commands that have written to a texture that we're viewing, and we can click on it at a point in time and view that texture in a point at that point in time. So what we need to do is we need to collect all of the shaders or any commands that clear textures or whatever, and simply keep track of the names of these commands and how and which ones exist. So when we build one frame, we're going to go over and when we finalize a command, so the end of a dispatch, end of a clear or something like that, we call finalize with a command name. We already had this loop, which basically goes over and takes the after access mode and puts it into the before access mode. This is just synchronization state. So when we do the next command, we'll only be setting the after access mode. This is when we do like pipeline barriers and stuff like this. But ignoring that, basically this is a list of all of the resources that were used in the previous command, or the command we just finished. So we get the resource ID, we get the current tab's resource ID and just compare the two if they're the same. We check to see if we wrote to that resource in that previous command. If we did, we just jot down the name. And basically we clear this when we start the frame. So yeah, frame start, we clear this array, and at the beginning, then while we're building the frame, we push. So when we do our user interface for the texture viewer, we should have a list of command names now. So we're going to go put those in the UI now. Cool. So what I want to do is go into... So we don't have multi-threading yet, so things are just really easy. I know when we add multi-threading, it's just there's gonna be so many little problems to solve like this, basically. We're just gonna break everything. But, oh well. Thanks, VMT. Yeah, it's looking good, isn't it? Like, I think the camera really suffered. It had a very low exposure, if you will. So that it had to really work hard, and it probably made it super grainy, and yeah, now it's a lot better. It's just got all the light it needs. It's in them a vertical. That's a good, yeah. They're definitely good for documentation places. Yeah. Good idea. Man, that Vulkan spec. Ah, the Vulkan spec. Just the language in that. To be fair, it's better than the C spec. Try reading the language in the C spec is just so. You struggle to understand how. Like, what does this mean? In the Vulkan spec is a bit better. How's it going, VMT? What have you been up to? Right, so texture viewer. When there's a page, right? Okay, if we have a resource, we've got a split area. Left hand side of the split area, we've got all the information. So what I'll do is cut from the bottom, and then do a list. Nice and easy. We'll cut from the bottom. We'll do a list. Have I made a list before somewhere? Is a nice thing to cut and paste. Right. So we need a list state. Yeah. Yeah, C-spec is horrible. I had a better time reading C++ reference to just get a lot of the gist of how things are. That was a good summary. Is it like Voldemort? Okay, great. I get the joke. Okay, that's good. From Harry Potter to Voldemort. Right, so list items is that many. So what do we want to achieve here? So I want to cut from the bottom by about 300. I don't know. And inside there'll be a list. So basically, we want to go over that list, and we get out the command name. And then we throw the name into here. Just use that one. And then what else do we do? If the button's been clicked, we need to then select this. We need to go and select the fact that we want to read back from that command. Okay. So we'll do that in a bit. Let's just view it in the UI at least. Right. That has completely messed up everything, but that's pretty funky. Why did that mess up everything? Cut from the bottom. Can I cut from the top and see what happens? Oh, we're not cutting. Wait. Yeah, I delete the cut code, didn't I? There's extra cut code. We need to cut for every element of the for loop. So we cut from the top of the rectangle we've been given for the list. And this was using the rectangle. I don't know what rect is. I think it's the whole window or something like that. I don't know. It should be that rectangle though. Right, whoopsie. Been postponing doing some stupid C++ allocator stuff. Oh, the stood allocator. I think I have to do that tomorrow. So early bed for me. Yeah, you don't want to be tired and stressed out. Good old C++. Yeah, luckily I work like in the code base, in the portion of the code base where I work, we don't use much standard library anything, which is great. So life is not stressful when it comes to C++. What the crap is going on here? Am I not cutting my rectangles properly again? Oh, I used A. So B is the result of cutting A, and you're just sort of like reducing A down and down and down. And then I was just using the reduced box every time, and that's why it was looking like that. Bear with you that now. Right, sphere occlusion, the name's a bit big. So we really want to drop that down to a smaller size. I don't really have the man, text rendering. See, I don't know if I should just drop everything down to 10 pixels. It's bloody small though. It's not small for me now. Right, so I clearly do not like these. They've got too much prefix on them as well. So we can definitely get rid of prefix. Oh my days. Well, maybe the prefix doesn't matter. Yeah, we probably need to. Yeah, 10 pixels is a bit small though for the stream, so maybe we'll do a bit bigger for now. But yeah, I definitely need a smaller text version. Maybe what we do, right? Super hacky, super terrible, but it's okay, right? We mutate the style. And then that ought to be good enough. There we go, so they're nice and small now. The rest is the same size. So maybe we could do another split view within here, like a vertical one, because I've not tested that out yet. But I don't know. Depth texture. Wait. Oh yeah, it's written to by the title. Surface. Here's all the time the surface has been written to and that. Reviewing the final. Wait, what are we viewing? Why doesn't that work? Range. Not sampling anything? Why is it not sampling anything? It should be sampling the final render. At least. I remember you would see an infinite thing in here. We could open that render doc maybe. Oh. Yeah, surface, that's what I want to view. What? Here, this one. Right, so it clears it does the copy. There are pixels in there. It's displaying as black for some reason. Maybe the width and height isn't right. So when it views it on, when it renders it to the screen. Wait a minute. Yeah, so I'm injecting this at the end of the frame. Yes, I'm rendering the one from the previous frame, I guess. Where's the UI render? That's kind of funny. But yeah, so we click on the inputs to that. Texture viewer copy, it's black. Why is it black? At this point in time, it's... I don't know. Not showing up in here anymore with the color. Now it is. Weird. Hmm. Why doesn't that display the surface one going up? I guess we can do that same trick we tried before, right? Just output white. And see if we get blinded by white. We do. Well, we know that's true, right? We know that was going to happen, right? But what don't we know? So on the internals, we do the surface. Sample is that. Um, BGR view mode. Don't think there's anything else. BGBA? What the crap is that about? What have I done? BGI. Whoops. Obviously that's not an issue at all. Hey Lath. Hey Fox, hello sir. May I throw you a question? Sure, no problem. No problemo. Man, why doesn't that one want to work? It was showing a repeat. Oh wait, it's the swap chain image. No, it ain't. Or it gets cleared. Yeah, I think this is fine. This is expected. Yeah, not to worry about this one. But this is not being written to. Right, so we need one where we say the initial state. That frame as well. So we need to push on those. We'll do a clear of that. These command names. We need to push on a string, which is something like init or frame initial, or maybe frame begin, frame start, I don't know. Yeah, the initial start of the frame. Whatever. Cool. So now I've got that one there. So I guess I can talk about that. Where's the names? Right, my wife's just come home. I'm just gonna give her the baby monitor. Thanks. Right, welcome back. I'm making a 3D platformer shooter inspired by Bono Isaac and have 4 weapon types: multi-shot, blaster, magic, standard. I'm wondering what you think of for a generic basis. Each weapon can have an alt fire but has a primary. Multi-shot, Like a shotgun, I guess. Blaster. Right. Magic standard. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really. Each other can have what fire. I'm not really too much of a decent game designer, so I can't really give you a good take. So I think, yeah, I think if I was to give you what I think or what I feel, it's not really going to be, it's not going to do it just, I'm not going to be able to do it justice either, because I'll probably have to give it a good thought and think, and think it through a lot before I give you an answer. So yeah, I don't think I can give you good feedback, to be honest. Just yeah. Um, yeah, I guess maybe try and find someone else who's more of a game designer. It's not really my wheelhouse. I want to get better at it, but yeah, it's not really my thing. I can give good advice on. Apologies. Hey Doru, how's it going? Yeah, I know, right? Getting blinded by artificial light, but it's good. Camera's looking great. Looking awesome. How you doing? Right. Let's hit the button. Okay, so we've added the list down here. So here's all of the commands. So this is the surface, so we're under to the screen. Apparently, we're copying at the end of the frame, and I think there's some things we'll look into with this one. But as you can tell, there's like an initial state where we should be able to view that. There's like a clear, so it gets cleared initially, then it gets written out by the tiled ray tracer, then the UI render, then the 3D debug drawing rendering, and the 2D debug drawing rendering. So this is great to view all these different stages, but we need to obviously hook that up. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. So, oh yeah, I want to talk about this too. Whoops. Guess I'll do another one of those markers. Yeah, so to do that user interface, it was just using that list element. So yeah, again, we just took that array of written by command names that we wrote out earlier, and we're just saying, what, actually, I don't need to go over this. The previous devlog's already done lists before, and it would just be, yeah, I don't have to explain this code. Done in the past. Doing good, man. Glad you got fancy UI now working. Yeah, I got the combo box and split views now, so it's good. It's the first time I've really used the UI for something, and it held up quite well. But there was some issues with just the way I'd done some logic. But now you can click off things, and yeah, I got these MIP levels in today, so you can change MIP levels, right, and see that in the viewer. Pretty cool. A bit slow there. He's okay. The zoom level changes, so things go fast and slow. Maybe we need to exponentially so the zoom doesn't get super slow as you go. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that'd be a good tweak. We can do the tweak later. Work on features first. So you click the button. You need to go, hey, I want to view. I want to make sure I copy at that shader, right? But you can't do shader name only because there could be many things with the same shader names. Invocations of the same shader. So what you need to do is you need to get, what you want to say is probably yeah, I guess we've got to be careful because of threads and stuff, but that's future Henry's problem. That guy can deal with a problem. But I think we want to say something like because if the UI happens on another, maybe I can have it. maybe the texture view UI can happen on the rendering thread. We just take the all of the UI state from the game logic side and just have it be sent to the render thread, and the render thread can just do its UI on top of that if it needs to. Yeah, I think that might be a good way. I don't know. Future Henry's problem. That guy can solve the problem. Select command to view, and we want to view, so I guess we'll pass in the command index, and then this is going to do the logic. So an index is not the final thing which gets stored. No. It is not the final thing that gets stored. What am I doing? Yeah, Future Henry, he gets a lot of work. He gets the bot, you know, he gets the kind of the worst stuff sometimes. All immediate mode, yeah, that's right. It's a pure immediate mode one as well. It's not sort of like, you know, you could do immediate mode front end where you sort of like keep a retained mode widget tree in the background. I've done that in the past. And it does have its benefits, but it is a lot more work to do. And I wanted to try and do another pure immediate mode UI. So it's a bit like MGUI, but it's not as feature rich, and it's not general either. It's more specific. I said that a lot at the beginning, and now I'm stuck refactoring for 4 weeks. Yeah. I can laugh now. I can laugh at myself now. I'm doing retain mode and immediate in my engine because I'm insane. How? Oh. Have you got 2 different UI systems then? Or is it the same system? So we're passing the command index, so it's just index. In it goes. Now we want to fetch out the command. So you get the string. So this is the name of the command. So we do a bounds check to get just in case something silly happens. You know. So what you need to do is you need to loop up to, but not including, the command, right? And you need to just double check and be like, is there any more before me with the same name? If that's true, then I guess we could just do pointer comparisons, but just in case they got different pointers, same names, we'll do a proper string compare. So what we want to keep track of is command command invocation. So that would then say if, and I think I've got a lovely core string compare. Just gotta type it in. Oh, equal. So we say command name followed by other command name. Don't really need to do the bounds check here. Other command name. If those two are equal, we up the command invocation by 1. Now, so this has given us two lovely variables. I think this is all we need. So in the texture viewer, we're going to add command invocation and a string name. These can be null. Yeah, we've probably got to initialize them to some initial state or something like this. But yeah, let's work on that. Right. Okay. So do I want to talk about this now? So before the frame starts, it's gonna set this up. But I guess as we so when we change the view, maybe we should clear. Wait, so if you do a command to view, if you'll pass in 0. 0 will be initial state. Yeah, that one will. Yeah, that's excellent. So when you change the texture here, you want to just view 0. Excellent. That'll view initial. When you change a texture. What else will be useful? Yeah, two different, completely separate. It's mainly for here's how you make these with a bit of exploration of the benefits and pitfalls along the way. Oh, okay, yeah, because you did like a video series, isn't it? Awesome. Yeah. But also, I guess you could use them for two different things. And sometimes it's good to write out different versions just to know which one you want to actually go with for a project. Because sometimes you don't know until you try it out, isn't it? Why not simply embed this lightweight UI library called Chrome? I know, right? You know what I mean? Why don't we get the whole? Because it's only got JavaScript interpreter, virtual machine, JIT, and it's only got yeah, the DOM, CSS parsing and evaluating. You know, yeah, maybe it's not a bad idea. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't think about using Chrome before. Deal with Electron. Yeah, Electron, man. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird that like, well, yeah, it's just the whole way that the industry is moving to Electron now, or has been over the past 10 years. This was hard to type. Man, I remember when I was a JavaScript developer once. It was about 10 years ago now. Wait, 14 years ago now. Oh, I remember looking at C and C++ probably, and I was thinking, this thing is so hard. I'm never gonna learn this. And then I think 2 weeks later, I started learning it again because I really wanted to learn how to make that executable file. In my days, I could have stayed a JavaScript guy. So glad I didn't. I just would have been like taping stuff together, you know, taking that library from over there and interfacing it with that library. So we selected the command to view, right? Do I want to talk about this? What else is left? Then I've got to actually do the copy at that point in time, isn't it? So yeah, let's talk about this quick. All right, so we've added this nice little function called select command to view. So when we click on the button in the UI, it's going to go ahead and set up all the state internally in the GPU system so we can know when to copy that texture out into the nice texture viewer copy texture. So we have the command index from the list of names, and we take out the command name. We have this invocation here, command invocation here, and we're going over all of the previous commands from the command we've just picked out, and we're just doing a string compare and seeing how many of them match, and we're going to up the invocation count. So this is a simple way to solve the problem where you have multiple invocations and you want to be able to select a specific one. I guess this doesn't solve the problem if the shaders change a lot between frames, but I don't think we're going to have that problem for this game, so this should hopefully be good enough. So we basically call this in two places. Once when we press the button to select the current resource, and to change the resource, we put it at 0. The 0 command, which is the initial state of the texture at the start of the frame. Then we also call it when we, in the list where we end up selecting the command to view when we're on the left hand side panel. So now we're going to go ahead and wire up the texture copying code for when we have are actually at that point in time where we should do the copy. Okay, so where is that? It's called dispatch copy. It's at the end of the frame at the moment, so we're going to take that, right? And we're going to go ahead and put it in a place called finalize. Finalize goes over all these guys and does this thing here. So what we need to do is keep track of so we need to command name invocation, cursor, I guess. So this is when we're looking for it. So when we start the frame, it's just right here, look at that. GPU, texture viewer, this thing, 0. That's 0. So if core string equal the finicky parts of C of ++ are painful. ++. Yeah. Yeah, I think what really confused me the most is like all the templates, and when you view the standard library, you know, it's like impossible to understand, especially as a beginner, all the stuff. It's way harder to read all the templates and that. Things are not like strongly typed as templates, are they, as well? You don't really know what goes in there sometimes. Whereas with like Rust, it's a bit easier because they've got traits. Now gigabytes of submodules, yeah. I know, right? It's just insane. I'm writing JavaScript right now because I was like, I should do some WebAssembly app, make a little web UI. I want to take a nap. WebAssembly. Oh, so you got to do JavaScript glue. Yeah. Just saying Henry would have been epping in stream instead of coding. Oh, JavaScript Henry would have been yapping. Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, spicy. I like that one. That's a good one. Yeah, I've been like a meme programmer. Well, I've got to run, but I'll leave a lurk. Good stuff today. Thank you so much, Travis. Have a good stream. I think you're streaming now, but let's it. Maybe not. But yeah, thank you for coming by. Have a good rest of your day. Still kind of read C++ code. I know, right? They lose me with the standard library stuff. Core string equal. I guess we've got to make a little temporary string from a C string. I already did this here. So why don't I command name string this thing a bit? So it's just you know. Alright, if that one is equal to the G texture viewer dot command name, if they're equal, then we may do the copy, but only if G texture viewer dot command invocation is equal to command invocation cursor. And if that is true, then we do the copy. And to stop it from copying more than once, we then increment this by 1. Right? So this gets initialized to 0. So let's test this out. Feeling lucky. Why is this viewing the depth or something? Right, it's clearly not doing the copy. Oh, we're not doing the initial copies. Right, let's sort that out. So if initial, you just do it at frame start. Here. If core string initial. So that's equal to initial. Let's do that. Alright, should be alright. No. Readback star must come before readback. Why is there any readback? Why is there any readbacks happening? Oh wait, I'm doing another command inside a command. This is not good. Yeah, so you want to trigger crap. Alright, I see. No, this is right. Do texture viewer copy. Yeah, this is not fixing the current error. But I've just found another problem. Alright. So this would have been halfway through it. It would have messed up the sync code and everything. So This is proper. The problem is though this has to go after render, after read back end or whatever. I forgot what it's called. Yeah. So I think my read back and my upload buffer stuff is kind of a bit incorrect. Maybe it's not. No, actually, I think the read back's fine. The upload is a bit incorrect. It has some. We can have some issues. But yeah, so effectively in the frame, when we do a frame start, we can then start doing read back, and this won't. This will. Yeah, then we can do all of our readbacks within this window, and then we can end it. And then we can start recording our commands properly. So within this region here, I think it's stopping you from writing. Yeah, I forgot what it's doing now, but there's some like GPU resources that are not being. Yeah, I forgot exactly. There's a reason why. It's something like it's reading from the readback buffer or something like this. And yeah, I don't even know why actually. This doesn't seem to make any sense. Yeah, Peach Henry's problem. Oh, you gotta go. Not ready. Good night, man. Have a good one. Thank you for coming by. And you have a good weekend as well. If I don't see you. Things. Right, this ain't that good. What about? Why is the initial one completely got issues? Um. So you clear it. So you're able to view different. Right, it's clearing all the different MIPS. Yeah. So. Oh, that ain't good. We can't view. It's not viewing. I'm not seeing it in there. Oh, that's not good, is it? So I've selected it. We should see it show up in here. Right, let's try Surface. So we view it after. We should be seeing it inserted here, basically, right? Appears to not be working. One of my PC specs. I got an AMD GPU. I've got CPU. Which one? AMD Ryzen. You know, I forgot what I have actually. Oh no, because the GPUs are 6,000 odd. I think it's a 5,600. I don't know if it's the X version or not. It's just this one. I got it when it was 2 years old. Probably coming up to probably a year or two ago now. And then I've got a 600. This is a GPU, right? Yeah, then I got this GPU. So it apparently is somewhere near a 3060. I don't know if it is, but yeah, something around that. It wasn't it's not the best GPU, but it's not the worst. So it does 1080p, all right. So I want to make sure that the game runs well on this thing. That means by the time it gets released, it should be pretty good on most things. But yeah, I also want to try and get it running on an Intel laptop in some way. It might not. It definitely won't look the best, but I want to try and get it running on like an Intel laptop. Or I want to keep it running on there for as long as possible until I find out that maybe it's not something I want to ship with. Yeah, it's pretty nice. It didn't cost me a lot of money in comparison if you went all in, and that's the reason why I wanted to get sort of the best bang for the buck. I think I spent £700 in total. Um, or 2-year-old hardware. Obviously bought it all brand new. Um, but yeah, good amount of storage, good amount of RAM, good amount of decent amount of threads, and GPU wasn't bad. Yeah, I was happy with that. I could have spent like twice the amount of money and not got anything that was massively better. Yeah, I went all in, got an i9 1200. Yeah, nice. Day 2, sweet. I don't regret it, but I should. Yeah, then you know, um, the PCs for work is like really powerful as well, and like when you're running Windows on it, it's just like so dog slow. And I'm sitting here running on you know, the PC that when it runs like games on it is obviously better, but this is just when I use it on Linux, it just feels a lot more snappier. Yeah, it's horrible just the amount of how boggy it can make those powerful machines just feel. Um, yeah, so why doesn't this work? Do texture copy, false, get set to true. So I guess it's never been set to true. Do we ever get in here? Errors must go. I find it crazy. Most computers are configured with so little RAM. I've been using 64 gigs for over a decade. Oh, it is. That was funny to read. But yeah, like, don't phones come with more high resolution screens and more RAM than like some laptops that you can buy. Trying to set up PowerShell config with some really nice stuff, and it increased the load of. Well, 1 second. Wow. Right, as soon as we click on one here, it does show up, apparently. But it's not starting with initial. Oh, that's a big problem. Right, we've got to do some breakpoints. Eh. Oh shoot. Open that up in a debugger then. Okay, so we got a frame start. Fin. GPU frame. Well, read back end. In we go, do a copy. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I put breakpoint. Yeah, of course. I put the abort in a different place. But yeah, it's still okay. So it does it on the initial. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, so it does it on the initial. Select view. Select view. So not select view, dispatch copy. Does a clear. Read only on that one. Read write. There's not much else. Shoot. Yeah, I guess this is fine. Because it'll never call back into itself. Because you never write out to this. That's okay. Um, so we know things are a match. But do we end up doing a copy? Out loud. So we click on viewing. Right, that one. Apparently we never do a copy here. Why? Why? So I want to view, I want to print out some things now. Are we getting a... This should start on 0, right? Starts on 0. It shows up in the list, so it's definitely been written to. So we know... I guess if we click on it, we know that it is... Like it crashes, right? Yeah, right? Yes. So we get the abort. So it's just not getting into here. For some reason. Bit confused why. Yeah, my phone has 4K screen. I know, right? It's crazy. It's just amazing how they advanced that technology more. Why is it equal to 1? Okay, it's kind of obvious it's an off by 1 error now, but why? You're going up to the command index. Like, which one did we click on again? It was like the tiled ray tracer, wasn't it? That's only called once. Oh. Typo. There we go. Good. Sehr good, as the Germans say. I think I remembered reading the name of that command index and thinking this would be confusing. And I just went with it anyway. Right, so there's the clear. There's the UI. This is not working. I can't read from this for some reason. Oh, it's not a sample texture. I've not written it into the thing. Wait. Did I? Yeah, I didn't write it into the descriptor set like a melon. Right, so we write out the descriptors. I don't even know where this is. I need to find the names of these things. Resource. Wait. Resource backend. Yes. Image view sample. Where is it? Image view storage, probably. Actually, that's what I'm gonna look for. But the problem is the surface is like a built-in thing into the back end, and I'm only updating the storage descriptor, but not the sample descriptor. Ooh. Okay. Update template, storage images, sample images. Right, let's get this right. Image view create. We're gonna do a couple of these guys. Sampled. Wait, what do I call it in the other ones? Yeah, sample and storage. Okay. Man. First one is storage, second one be sample. And he's got to change the format. It's got to be BGRA in it. Image. The thing is, though, these should really be taken from the resource. Where's the surface resource? It's right here. Zero. Texture dot storage format. I'll do the lookup. I think it's GPU VK formats. Yeah, so you change from R formats into Vulkan format. So these are the two different formats that the view could be in. So we do that mutable format thing. Okay, so that's sensible. Then this one needs to be the underlying format. That's fine. Hey there, Wajilla, how's it going? How you been? This one's fine. Just the two views now. So one view. Set layer. This one needs to be the translation code that we had above. Right, so the top one's storage, second one's sample. So, good. Storage, sample. Good. Right, so that sets it in the descriptor sets. So it should be reading it now. I swear I looked at that in... I looked at it in render doc, and I could have swore it pointed to the right place, but maybe it was at a different... I don't know. Anyway, that's fine. Okay. Vulkan validation error, here we go. Wait for it to load up. Good. Working on lighting in the new UI. Awesome. On lighting? Remind me your project again, Wujilla? What are you working on? Oh, wait. Yeah, I'm having trouble remembering. Okay, I've done my descriptors a bit wrong. Image view is created with these guys, but type is sampled image. Which state sampled image cannot be? Must be created. Okay, it must be created with this sampled bit. Sample you in a minute. I have like a fake swap chain because of some city requirement I made HCC do. But I don't mind it because the copy and the texture is quite cheap these days, but still. Right, it's good enough. Yes, it works. So we're still getting that sort of fizzing that's happening on the initial state. But there's the clear. Here's the... Right, so this is in BGRA mode. Oh, but it's reading it already. We don't need BGRA. It's already doing the swizzling now. Okay, I think we can remove that. It's upside down. UI render on top. And then the 3D render. Why is that one? Oh wait, I think I know why we're getting this fizzing now. There's no synchronization code. Wait. Oh, there is synchronization code. The UI should be rendered first. And then the copy should happen afterwards, right? Oh yeah, the CAD tool. This is to like the model. Simple diffuse line. Yeah, seems to make sense. You don't have anything bonkers. Awesome. I guess you can change how you do some of the lighting maybe sometimes. Because there might be some different viewing modes, if you will, but nothing too realistic, I guess. So I'm glad this kind of works, but what is that? So we so we do the rendering of the UI. It's specifically... Oh, this is probably specific for the UI, is that right? The UI will be reading... Right, we haven't put sync code on that texture. So if the UI is using a piece of... Yeah. It's not good. So we should see an infinite thing, but we're not. So the UI, if we use So in the UI we're doing, I guess I can add the sync code manually here, but it needs to be something that we, so in UI render, we should probably have a for loop that goes over all of the textures that we're using in the UI. But yeah, so although here we're just going to do GPU texture viewer copy resource ID, and we're going to say, hey, we are reading from that. So the frame after is writing, not the frame, the dispatch after is going to be writing to it when we're selecting to view the result of the UI render, right? So you get into this sort of like barrier that's not being placed and we get sync issues. So we view that now. There's the infinite loop, right? We get this fuzzy thing here though. It happens on the initial state though. Infinite windows. Yeah, this happens on the initial state. And it's not just on the surface one. But yeah, it is upside down as well, but at least you can click on the stuff now and that's good. Can you do it for the... Right, that's fine. What about the logo one? Initial state is just bad. Why is that an issue? It looks like another sync code issue, doesn't it? So we perform the copy. I guess we want to see like where we do this. How many times did we do this? So texture. Right, so it's just done at the front. There's a clear frame in it hasn't happened yet. Do we use anything that's initialized by the... So it sets up the printf buffer, the readback, some dispatch args and some other globals, but this is to do with the graphics. I think this is okay. Although frame init should always go first. But I think this is fine. So that's alright. No problemo there. So you're reading from a resource, you say I'm gonna read only on that. Is my is the texture layout okay? I think we just use general. General layout. I think we haven't bothered doing anything different. Yeah, we just do layout general, everything. So it's nothing to do with the texture layouts. It looks like a bit of a... It looks like a synco problem though, kinda. So we synchronize on the texture that we're reading. We synchronize on the texture that we are reading right here. We read right onto the texture that we're copying to. We only read But we sample now. That's not an issue with anything, is it? Yeah, no biggie there. So the funny thing is though, how can it be a sync issue when we look at the logo or the font, right? These guys, they don't change in the frame, but stuff like the this is the depth texture. See, it's jumping around at the bottom here, but it's not here. Oh, I know the exact problem. I'm a melon. Right. Looky here. Looky here. Somebody forgot their sync code. It does a clear at the before you copy. I don't know why it hasn't happened. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know why. It didn't happen all the time, but yeah, I need to say it's read write when you clear the texture. But should it be doing that anyway? Write only. Okay, I was wrong. Damn it. There's not it. We could check the... So you could probably pronounce the terminal and find... No. Right, so we open up in render doc. We should be able to find the pipeline state there and just make sure it's fine. Okay, so I've done a few captures. They all seem to be perfectly fine in the captures that I've done them in, of course. But let's have a look at it anyway. So, what is that copy? Oh. Are these being uploaded to every frame? Frame in it. View a copy. And then afterwards, there's no barrier here. What's that barrier? Yeah, okay. Is it changing the layout? From compute shader right to transfer right. Yeah, it changes the layout, but it should be doing of the logo texture, but the barrier should be, that's not an issue though. It's saying, hey, before me, it's been written to by read write from a compute shader. Afterwards, it's being copied to. Huh? Oh, this is read back. This is read back. Wait. That seems insanely wrong. Copy image to buffer. Oh yeah, it's being copied from transfer source. Okay. That transferred okay. But does it never translate it back? It never changes it back, does it? Right, so if I remove the readback code, it might just... Yeah, I think I was somewhere on my pipeline states. Read back texture logo. Is there another one? So what's font texture doing? This one gets uploaded every frame. Right, I think we might be getting our issue with the upload buffer, maybe. But let's remove the read back. So let's tell it to not do anything. This is broken, fix it. No. Okay, it's fine. Right, logo's still got a problem. Oh. Okay, so we've removed the read back stuff. Rerun that. Oh, did I get a capture on a bad frame there? Yes. Excellent. So there's a clear, and then there's a there's a couple of pipeline barriers in here. There's no uploading that we care about, I don't think. Ever thought about multi-threading the engine? That pipe running the Intel laptop maybe. Yeah, probably, but the thing is I don't have a problem with CPU performance right now. Yeah, the performance is definitely bottlenecked by the graphics. I just want to make sure that, yeah, I want to get the graphics stuff all sorted out before I do any CPU side things. But yeah, when we, I think when I go over the design of the game, and settle on that, then I'll be doing stuff like multi-threading after that. Just getting the core part of the engine, the CPU side together, and then iterating on the game idea and building all the systems out from there. Because you don't really want to, unless you're just creating a quick demo or something, just to prove out something, and you're willing to throw all the code away, you should really make sure that the foundations are good or in a reasonable place, before putting a lot of work in and writing a lot of code. Because if not, it's just a big old refactor, and it won't be nice. And you also want it to help you catch bugs as well. So what's going on with pipelines? Is there anything? So changing the logo texture, copy image, states. So there's a couple of those. So apparently the logo is in an undefined layout. There's our problem. It doesn't retain it from the previous frame. There's our issue. So that needs to be persistent, because what it's doing is it's saying, hey, it's allowing the GPU driver just to say, I don't care about the contents of the texture because we said it was undefined. So we want to just keep it in general. Right. So the issue is we need to keep it in a general state if so I guess we shouldn't clear the previous state. Wait, where do we do that? Where do we clear the states? I think it's at frame start. Maybe we shouldn't just clear the states. I think it's probably a bad idea. Good old 0. This zeroes all of the sync states. So as a before, after is explicit. So I think we'll just do this. And that should fix the problem. Maybe not. Right, they need to be zeroed initially, probably. Although, why were they... Was the memory not zeroed? Allocate array, zero the array. Let's try that. No. Okay. What's the problem? Is it when we upload or something? What? VK image is expected to be in general, but is undefined. Right, so I think we hardcoded undefined in the... Initial layout, that's fine. That's... What? Oh, samplers, yeah, ignore that. Image barrier from... Okay, so this is the upload? Right, what is this? Oh, a whole bunch of boys and girls in here. Fake swap chain image. From none. Is this doing it every frame? Frame start, okay. So I think it needs to be initially moved into a general layout. But not after, really. So you only really want the image barriers there at first frame. Right. That's one issue fixed, but it's not the one that we're seeing. So this is saying destination. Right, it's the upload, isn't it? Frame submit. Is at the end. We're saying translate the swap chain. What? Oh yeah, it's in the copy. From undefined into transfer. That one's probably okay. So it was the logo texture that's the issue. Wait, why was the logo texture? Right, that's not an issue. The logo texture's only been used where? So we upload to it. So it goes from undefined to general. Upload buffer. Upload entries. Right, so you go over all the upload entries. It's probably at frame start, I reckon. So we're going over all the upload entries. And if it's an image, right, we see what it is, how it is before. So I think, yeah, this is where it's happening. So it's saying it used to be in that, but the current layout is this. Right, so how did the clear work then? Because it didn't retain. Hmm. Okay, so I guess afterwards, I guess it does this again to the destination buffer. Okay, that's just the copying. That's fine. Now I've copied it up, place the barrier, upload buffer destination. Yes, and I can transition it from writing to them into what they were before. Okay, so this is the one that's triggering it. So why? Oh, they're hard-coded layouts. Oh no, that's fine. Oh. Right. That's not good. Right, so it's putting it in a general layout automatically. Right, so it's putting it into general layout automatically. That's where the problem is happening. So when you say we upload to it, we'll make it general. That's interesting. So here, so we take it from, hey, we've copied into it from the upload buffer. You know, we could just leave it in a general layout. But anyway, put it back into this. So the problem is on the first frame, it was going from undefined into general. The second frame, it was in general, and it was saying, hey, it needs to be, but it's, oh wait, I'm reading this wrong? Expects image to be in general instead. Current layout is undefined. Ooh. Hmm. Or maybe I'm reading it wrong. Maybe debouncing the upload to see if the problem occurs more or less often. Yeah, the issue is though, I need it to be uploaded. Right, okay. Yeah, maybe I should do it once. Yeah, I can see an issue with this though. The layouts are in the wrong place. Maybe I should. Hmm. I wonder what I should do. We could just make it always be a general layout, and then on the first frame, turn everything into a general layout, and just use that. I don't know why I'm optimizing the layouts, I think. Yeah, maybe that'll help it. But yeah, I think I need to just change my layouts though. Because, yeah, so on the first frame, move everything into a general layout. And anything that happens from there should be fine. So the problem is though, you can create resources later on, but I guess we can just add support for that later. I don't ever really want to do that. Yeah, I understand just for debugging response code. I'm just thinking I'd rather solve the problem with a whole new way than I'm doing it right now. But yeah, I don't think it's too bad to implement as well. So I think we're never going to have undefined. I think we're just always going to return general. So we can probably delete this. So I think what we can do is where we do all those barriers and things. What we want to do is, this is only on the first frame. You want to do it before all the upload stuff, right? Is there any uploads happening here? Yeah, all these uploads are happening here. So I think we want to take all of this. We just want to do it for memory, for image memory barriers. So before we do any of the uploading, we want to say static boolean is first frame. Drop that all in there. And his first frame is equal to false. I don't think we did change that. We never actually set that to false, believe it or not. Whoops. Okay, so what we can do is we can get all of the texture resources. So we do this. Yeah, we got that. So we can do one of those allocate arrays of VK image barrier 2. I want to use the, I've got the frame allocator. Sweet. We frame allocator it. Pass in number of textures. So there's all your image barriers. Now we do a for loop over all of the resources, I think. Oh, and no, there needs to be an iterator. Yeah. So we iterate over all of the resources using the object pool. And we say if it's not a texture, continue. If it is a texture, we need to do an image barriers count. This is where we're going to insert into. So I guess you get your pointer to it. Call it barrier. And then basically all of this happens where we initialize the barrier to something sensible. Cool. This should be upped as well at the end. So the whole job of this is, so we put a comment here. What's it called? Transition. Transition all textures from VK image layout undefined to general. You have more optimized layouts and stuff. It can help with performance on some hardware, but we're not going to bother optimizing for that at the moment. I don't actually know what drivers do under the hood. We're only using compute anyway, and compute, when you write to a texture in compute, it's got to be in the general layout. And general is also compatible with every other operation. So I don't think we get too many big wins anyway, by being specific about this. So next thing is to make sure we initialize the properties correctly as well. So we just need to get the... Alright. So what is it coming from? Well, it's not been used at all before. That's great. How is it going to get used afterwards? Whole tons of things. Well, not really whole, just a couple. Reading and writing, storage, possibly sampling as well. Wait a minute, we've been missing out on those. Yeah, I think we've got slightly invalid state actually. Yeah, maybe some sampling too. Undefined to general. But it also could be used in a transfer source and destination probably. As well. Transfer, read and write. So this is how it could be used anywhere, so we just say anywhere basically. They're all the ones that we support. And the image has to be resource. I've got to get a resource backend, so GPU resource, backend resource, and in there's an image. Just color, we don't have any depth textures. We should be doing all the MIPS. And the layers. Cool. We want to skip texture views. So aliased textures. So that's basically what we need. So we just got to go around and replace all of that function where it's a VK image layout. Just get rid of it. Nuke it from orbit. There we go. And just make sure we replace it with general. Oh, okay, thank you, Rasmus. I'll look into that. Appreciate it, sir. Damn it. It might have worked as well, but yeah. Not good. Maybe it wouldn't have worked also. Thank you. Oh, we forgot to actually tidy this up a bit. Ooh. So no buffers. Definitely barriers. And voila. So that should be everything that we need to fix that problem. Oh, I got an error. Oh. So, because it expects it to be undefined and translates it. Yeah. There's probably some undefines. So any place where there's an undefined that's not this one, well, that's not when it creates the image, or this place when it does the transitioning, every other place needs to just be used in general. So we need to get rid of any transfer destination optimal thing. Yep, they're fine. They're fine. Right, VK image layout general. Yep. Yep. Right, here's a present. That one's fine. We'll leave that alone. And voila, I think we're there. Ooh. Yeah, we're there. Let's try that out. No. It's alright, let's have a look. We'll read the error this time. Right, image. It's not telling us the image. Fantastic. Bet to be in general, but is undefined. I thought I named all my images. I guess it's the swap chain. One of the fake swap chain ones, maybe. Or yeah, I should have named all my images. Where are they? Yeah, here's the naming code. So it's one of the built-in ones. So this is backend texture view. Yeah, it's not it. Right, so it could be the swap chain image, or yeah, it's probably just a swap chain image then. But what? Right, okay. No. Oh yeah, yeah, it is a swap chain image. So present, that needs to be undefined. Because it starts as undefined when you acquire the new swap chain image, I think. Pretty sure about that. Maybe this is a different one. That's right. Oh, but it would have been copied too. That's right. Yeah, so we do a transfer copy on it. Right. So here, going to general. No, 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 no. Undefined to general. Then it would be in general and it goes to present. That's it. Yes. Take that. Right, so now when we view them, still got a problem. I thought it was an undefined issue, but it isn't. No. Right, one more look, and then I'll do something else. Get in late. I'm not looking at that. Yeah, these ones still flicker. Does it? Oh, I see the flicker up here. But yeah, I think you'll get. It doesn't have to have the flicker on it. I don't think. Shoot! Hit the screenshot button. Get out of here with that one. So we see here. Here we go. We do a clear on the image. For the clear, there's a barrier on the. This is right only, apparently. Oh, it's not storage, right? Is it? It's not technically being used as storage, right? It's technically a It's technically probably got a transfer because it's using the built-in clear color image. Potentially that. So you can be in general, which is nice, but I was expecting to tell us the pipeline stage flags. I guess you got to look at the stage flags. Okay, so there's a specific clear stage flag. Clear commands. Yes, I guess you'd use clear. That could probably be the issue, but maybe we should just write our own shader that just does it because it's just silly. I don't know. But then again, it won't be general across all textures, maybe. Hmm. It probably just launches a compute shader under the hood anyway. Especially on AMD. That's what I imagine they would do. But yeah, so I don't know if it's to do with those layouts anymore. Because it's saying it was in general, stays in general, right? Before it's been used as read, now it's being used as write. Then on this dispatch here, there's a pipeline barrier on the font and the texture that we're copying to. So the font is read. It's going from read to read apparently, which is fine. I don't think it should be putting that in the barrier, not gonna lie. Then this one's going from write to sampled read and write. Okay. Yeah, makes sense. Right, okay. So there shouldn't be a race condition here between two different dispatches, but I think it's that clear color image. One could imagine images and textures having auxiliary Boolean /vec floor flag on GPU that says this texture has been cleared with this color. It would reduce writes during clear operation, reads during subsequent write. And reads during subsequent reads, right? Interesting. Yeah, you could just have like a. I guess the issue with that approach is you might every time you do an operation that loads from a texture, you have to do that conditional check. But maybe if it's in hardware or whatever, it might be free, right? So I don't know. Sounds interesting. I don't know of any hardware that does that, but that's an interesting thought. I know that with render passes, right, um, they do clears at the beginning there, and those are more optimized. But yeah, especially on those chips with tiled memory. But I'm not sure about big GPUs, big boy GPUs. Okay, we can't solve that problem. That's annoying, but let's recap it because I haven't recapped for a while. And right, so from what I can remember, because it's been a while, what did we do? There was like there was a function that we added. Again, now copy. Yeah, so we talked about this one. I remember that. But I think we added. I want to sneeze. Hold on. All right, finalize. We added into this. Oh, done a sneeze. Yeah, so I don't think we talk about actually wiring, doing the copies. Because I remember having the list. I remember talking about that select function as well. Yep. But I didn't talk about this thing. So, yeah, I wanted to wire it in first. Yeah. And test out that it worked. And we kind of got it working, but we had some issues. Like, this is fine. This is just infinite repeating. But we can view different stages now. This one's upside down. We've got to fix that, obviously. But there's this flickering. It happens on all of them now. It must be solely to do with the texture viewer resource then. It might be the clear thing. It might be the clear. Let's do read write for a second. Right, it still is the issue. Yeah, maybe let's whack GPU. What we're gonna do? There's the after states, after access mode. So in these guys, let's just say afterwards it's going to be used for clearing as well. Let's say it gets the clear. What about the access modes? Or the access flags? Come on, computer. Right. Transfer rights can be used for clear. Okay. Let's do transfer right as well, just in case. Oh, sorry, wrong one. Right, so let's see if that fixes the problem. It fixed the problem. Wow. At least we found it. Okay, so right, let's fix it proper quick. So in the access mode, which is our sync stuff, we've got more bits. Let's use them. Let's say there's a clear bit. And then in the back end, we can just pull that out. So in the back end here, we just say if mode and GPU access mode clear. Clear bit, chuck on the clear. You know, we should probably just replace it with a compute shader at some point, but maybe it's fine. Maybe it's better if I use that, it'll be faster, potentially. I want to try and avoid all these extra bits. Make the API simpler, but maybe it's fine. So when we do a clear, we need to chuck on the extra thing. So we did it for indirect read. Okay. So actually, when we do the clear, this one, right? Sync resource, access mode write only, and access mode clear bit. Okay. Yeah, explicit. Good, good, good. Okay. So what else? What else is missing? I think some of these other ones use a. What does this buffer thing, buffer 0, use under the hood? Buffer 0. Fill buffer. There's like these fill buffer ones. Yeah, what do those use? These are literally probably compute shaders. Just a buffer. Anyway, we haven't seen a problem with those yet. Maybe they're fine. There could be maybe copy ones. Usually it tells you the pipeline stage in here, I think. No. It might be one of those transfer ones. It's definitely saying transfer. It can be used on a transfer queue as well. Crazy. There's probably transfer right. Oh, I went to my VK pipeline stage flags. Yes, I think there's a transfer on here or something. Yes, I think if you put transfer on there, it'll do it. But yeah, I don't know. We've not got a problem with that yet. Oh, I should have done it. Oh, transfer for all the following operations. Let's read that. Split, resolve, clear. All clear commands. Right, it's not Pipeline Stage 2. The better one. Right, copy, blit, resolve, clear. So I guess clear is the one. What's a clear command? Ooh. Loading the big boy spec. But yeah, so it could be either a copy or a clear. We don't know yet. But if it's a clear, it must be, it's a fill. Copy and clear just seem very similar to me, but maybe they can be optimized. Clear commands. Fill buffer. What is that? Clear values. Ooh. It's under there. 19, I think. Fill buffers, fill in buffers. Yeah, 19. Okay, so it is a clear. Right, so we don't have to change anything. We just have to put it in here, but my days. That was effort. Cool. Don't think we got any extra ones other than those guys. Yeah. Cool, so that's correct sync code now. So I'm glad we sorted that out. And it hasn't added too much. Right, so we've got the ability to now read surface. So this is going to be a really useful one. I've got to do fix the upside down problem in the future stream sometime. But let's record the what we've done to display the Okay, so when we start the frame, we check to see if the command name that we're trying to view is the initial state of the frame. And if it is, then we're going to do a dispatch copy. And we'll increment this just in case initial was used again, but it shouldn't be, right? But anyway, we'll do it anyway just in case. The other place where we dispatch copies is when we finalize any command. So what dispatches, we got clears and dispatch indirect, and a few ones for the buffer as well. But where we did that push to write those all the command names that we found during a frame, we also now do this check here where we say if the string matches the command name that we're looking for, and if the command invocation is the one, the current command invocation is the one that we're looking for, then we'll say do the texture copy here after this command has finished. So, and then if this is not the current invocation, we'll up the invocation cursor to the next one, and eventually we'll hit the same, we'll hit the command that we're looking for, the current dispatch that we're looking for. So after we reset all the sync state, we then perform the dispatch copy if it is this one that wants to copy. So now, when we boot this up, we can click on the surface, and now it's viewable. So if we zoom out, this is an infinite representation of what's going on. And you notice this is upside down, and that one's upside down of an upside down, that's upside down of an upside down of an upside down. We've got to fix the upside down images, but as you can see, we can go to clear. We can see when we ray trace into it, yeah, it's upside down. We put UI on top. So we've got to fix this BGRA thing. I thought I had to explicitly do the swizzling, but I don't. So we should really just default it to RGBA or something like this. But that's something to do next time. Hey, Grimblade. Yeah, you liked the upside down of an upside down of an upside down. Good times. And the BGRA of the BGRA of the BGRA. Yeah. Infinite BGRA conversions. Oh shoot. Yeah, so in the next stream, I guess we'll finish off some of the stuff I wanted to do this stream. We kind of got a bit sidetracked. No. There was a Discord post. So what did we get done today? We got that one working. We got the selected in points of time. So at least that's done. 3D texture support, controllable black-white levels, selecting specific channels. These are quite easy. These two are quite easy. 3D texture, we've got to finish that one off and do the upside down texture. And then we can work on screenshots. Doing a screenshot next stream as well. Let's do an outro. We'll be on our merry way after that. Oh, things got reordered. Bum 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 bum. Right, so we got those. We've got to be able to select MIP levels today, and you viewing it at a specific point in time. Right, thank you for watching, everybody. So today we got the viewing the different MIP levels working and viewing the texture at a different point in time. So it's going to be extremely helpful to debug some issues that are going on in the future. If you're going to watch the devlog, it's definitely bedtime for me soon. Right, thank you for watching, everybody. So it was a good stream today. We got the MIP levels working where you can select a different MIP level and also view a texture at a certain point in time. So still a few more little features I want to add to the texture viewer, but they'll come in the next one. If you want to watch the VOD, it'll be available on the VOD channel, so you can watch the whole stream there. You can also catch the Twitch channel, and you know, I want to do this tomorrow. My brain is like misfiring on words. It's the best and worst time to do it. It's best because I've just done the stream, but it's the worst time because I might have been stuck on a problem and fried my brain. So this ain't the time to do it. I'll just do it tomorrow. But yeah, take 5,000. Alright, let's find someone to raid. But yeah, next on Sunday, guys, we'll do the stuff, do the things that we mentioned earlier. Boom. More fiddle bits, exactly. More fiddle bits. Right, I'll see you all on Sunday, everybody. Have a good start to your weekend. Please make a clip with all those. Please make a montage. Oh no, please. Super cringe. Thank you. Yeah, it's good progress. I'm happy about that. We're getting closer to the screenshot tool. It's gonna be amazing to use that. But yeah, I'll see you all on a future one. Catch you later. Bye bye.